Hello, here is my trusty Logitech MX Revolution mouse from 2006. So it's 14 years old by now, but the battery life has fallen to under a day of use. So it is time to upgrade, but we will just upgrade the battery because the mouse works just fine. After opening it up, we can see that it has 600 mAh battery with a removable battery holder thingy. This means we can have more room in there. Testing shows that the original battery is down to around 100 milliamps of capacity. I went through some dead laptop batteries lying around and found one with flat and smaller cells. Testing measured their voltages to be between 0.01 to 0.3 volts. So I used the best one and charged it full. That tested to have around 1800 milliamps of capacity left. So as you can see, the original battery with its 600 capacity is slightly smaller. Also, it is a lot lighter. Here is a little size comparison between the original and my replacement one, which is slightly thicker. So let me show some more precise measurements of my replacement cell. It's 5 centimeters by 3.5 centimeters and the thickness is 1 centimeter. The cell fits inside the upper case quite nicely, but we run into the bottom screw post here. So we probably need to do something with that post. Also, there is a ribbon cable that originally connected over the battery here, but the new battery sits on top of it, so we probably need to try running it under the new battery. We also need to check what the central wire from the battery expects to see, and that is 10K resistance to the ground connector. This is the internal battery protector. And now it's time to file down the corner piece from the screw post. I use a rough file. I didn't use a machine specially to see if it's doable with simple tools. Here is the result. This gave me enough room inside. Now let's solder some wiring to the battery leads. looks fine. Let's remove the extras and push down the sharp corners. Now we need to remove the original connector from the original battery holder. Like the measurements showed before, the system expects 10K resistance between yellow and black lead. So let us meet those expectations and solder in the 10K resistor between those two lines. If you wonder why this is necessary, then you should know that the mouse probably will not charge if you just solder the battery to the positive and negative. It will work until it's empty, but probably will not charge. If you are going to use some more dangerous pouch cell, then please look at my G930 video on how to add protection circuit. You can probably salvage it from inside the original battery too. Now let's add some hot glue for shielding and the connection strength. And this is how the wiring looks. Positive and negative will go to the battery. The extra length will help when putting the mouse halves back together again. I am using some Kapton tape to insulate all the connections. It is very strong and thin tape. Just make sure you don't have pointy ends to puncture it. Now let's see how it fits, and it seems to fit just fine. Now I'm going to be lazy and will isolate solder joints also with Kapton tape. I'm sure you will be neater and use shrink wrap like one should. I'll add some hot glue to keep things in place. And I did roughen the tape and the battery cell a bit with sandpaper to give the hot glue more surface imperfection to hold on to. I'll add some glue around the post here and on the side too, to give it more support in the bottom. And a little bit more glue on the top corner, also for bottom side support. Before putting it together, let's check the voltages and resistance on the connector actually too. From red to black, 4.18 volts, that's good, and the resistance is from black to middle yellow, and that is 10K, also good. Now it is time to assemble it. Tuck the cables nicely together and make sure they don't get between tight spots. Looks like the hot glue around the post got too high, so using appropriate tools to cut it down a bit. feels like the glue from other side is also a bit in the way. Careful with the ribbon cable there, of course. And there we go. It's time to start screwing around and put it back together again. And it works. Here is the leftover battery that you should recycle properly, and this is what we used instead. Now I have 3 times the battery life of what it had originally back 14 years ago, and we made use of something that was thrown away anyway. Charging also works as it should. Thank you for watching, and help me out with a subscribe if you can. Have a nice day.